What's cracking with your snack and snacker stars? It is me, the BRE, the man, and the backwards hat, Brandon from the SAS, the Snack Food Appreciation Society, coming at you once again with another edition of OTR. It's a rainy day here in Rockville, Maryland, and I've discovered a relic from the past, a place that I used to eat when I was young, and it still exists, much to my surprise, at least here along Rockville Pike. I'll be right back right after this to check out something that you may have seen in the film Idiocracy and more right after this on OTR. You are looking live at Fuddruckers, world's greatest hamburgers, on Rockville Pike in Rockville, Maryland. And ladies and gentlemen, the metro is right over there, and it's actually coming by as we speak, but I don't think we can see it from the... Oh, maybe we see a little bit of it there. Yep, there it goes. There you go. Little slice of life in Rockville, Maryland as we speak. This shopping center also used to be home to Pro Video, which was a TV and video store that was loosely affiliated with the TV and video store that I worked at for many years, Belmont TV. In general, we used to swap merchandise and stuff like that, but as many, that place is gone, just like many of the places in this area. There's a pizza place over here that I might like to try called Pizza CS or Pizza C's. I'm not really sure what that really means, and doesn't appear to be open. All the chairs are on top of the tables and stuff like that. And then this little store right here, I don't even remember what that was. There's a nice painting of an eagle behind the post there, but nothing's in that building right now. I'm here at Fuddruckers, which I didn't even know existed anymore, or didn't seem to exist anymore, to try something I found while scouring the internet today, trying to figure out what to give you for OTR, because there's not a lot going on in the fast food world that's of much interest, and I'm not really ready to hit the mom and pop joints in Germantown and Gaithersburg yet, so I decided that, hey, I should check out this Fuddruckers that I saw not too long ago when I was out this way checking out Roy Rogers for their Texas Pete event not too long ago. This burger that I found is called the Frito Pie Burger. Boom. And basically what you have there, along with the various condiments that I got, is a burger that I got for $9.99, and it's on Fuddruckers' famous buns, which have always been fantastic, nice and buttery and very, very good. You got, I believe, 2 patties here on the large version with cheese, and then chili, and then Fritos corn chips, and then even more cheese. Looks like it's got shredded cheese and cheese sauce on there. And that thing looks super duper sloppy, guys. And I don't have a single napkin in here given to me by Fuddruckers to check this out. $9.99 for that. I also got some of their fries, which I've always liked. And then I got some pickles, because I love pickles. And some condiments to go with the fries, which includes cheese sauce and ketchup. Oh, and barbecue sauce. And I'll be right back right after this to try to show this to you next to my noggin, show you how big it really is. Try to fit it into my mouth, chew it up, let you know what I think about it, and more on this edition of OTR. Alright, gang, I am back here at Fuddruckers, and that's right, I did mention in the opening that this 3, 2, 1. Alright, guys, I am back here at Fuddruckers on Rockville Pike in Rockville, Maryland, and of course I mentioned in the opening that this restaurant was featured in the film Idiocracy. A lot of things that happened in that film have started to come true. One thing that hasn't, however, is Fuddruckers being prevalent still in society, and also what they called Fuddruckers in that movie. Anyhow, a lot of people might still call it that, but that's not what it's actually really called. Let me go ahead and see if I can't haunch up this big sloppy bad boy right here. Show it to you next to my big old noggin. It looks like I might be mistaken about there being 2 beefs on here, but I did order the large. I don't know what the difference is in the sizes. They have a small, they have a medium, and they have a large. Look at that thing. It looks like it's about to spill all over my car. And wouldn't that be just a tragic happenstance, right? Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and try to take a bite of this thing while it still has some crunch to the Fritos and such. And I'll let you know what I think about it. just a moment. Take a little bit of bite of these fries here. And rinse it down with a Fuddruckers exclusive soda from the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine. This is sweet cherry cream soda. Interesting. That's really good. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and tell you the story of this thing. I did find a napkin, so I got most of the chili off my face, I think. Maybe not all of it. But anyhow, I would wrap this whole thing up by saying it's a very tasty, indulgent burger that could be a little bit better. And I'll tell you why by building it from the bottom to the top the way we always do. That classic Fuddruckers bun maintains still being one of the best in the industry, despite being somewhat obscure at this point. Very airy on the inside, but fluffy and tasty with just enough of a skin on the outside to give it a bit of resistance in the texture, but the flavor is light and buttery and oh so nice and tasty. That's a really good burger. I'm not sure why it just has that little one splooge of sesame seeds on the top, but they don't seem to add or distract from the burger in any way, shape, or form, so go ahead and let them be where they are and not worry about it. The burger itself, I asked for medium well. This was certainly not that. It was well done, to say the least, as it was very gray on the inside and also not quite so juicy. It was moist enough, I guess you should say. It's not really dry, but not as juicy as a good medium well burger would normally be. Also, the consistency was starting to border on a little bit chewy, a little bit springy, but not quite there. It was almost there. So that saved it because it wasn't quite there. Didn't quite make it a bad burger in that aspect. Tons of cheese on here, and that almost gets blown aside by the chili, which is not a real zesty chili. It's kind of like a Hormel style chili, just kind of meaty and greasy tasting, but in a good way. Hard to explain. No beans in there, of course, but the mixture of the chili and the cheese makes for a decent cheesy chili, if that makes sense. So that's pretty darn good too. The Fritos, they added a little bit of crunch, but not a ton to the flavors, and also probably added about 500 extra calories that you just necessarily didn't need. But that's okay too, because if you're eating this, who cares, right? Putting all of that together, it is, like I said, a very indulgent tasting, good burger, but could be better. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3/4 thumbs up because it's got potential to be better, but I think if they had really followed what I said and cooked it medium well instead of well, or even closer to medium, that would have probably put it over the top for me and maybe even gave it like a 7/8 thumbs up, but not in this case, not at this time. The fries are still very good, almost like a potato wedge or a steak fry, similar to Red Robin's fries, in fact, but I think even better. They've got a nice seasoning on them, nice outer crisp, but very pillowy and potatoey and tasty on the inside, very fresh tasting. I like them a lot. I'm giving those a full thumbs up. You can't go too terribly wrong with those. And this soda was really good too. I'm going to go ahead and give that a very sweet and fruity and creamy full thumbs up as well. Loved my experience at Fuddruckers overall today, guys. Pretty darn good rating for them. Glad I ran into them again after all these years. Interesting choice for a burger there, and they've got a couple others I'd like to try too in the future if I get the opportunity. So, what's going on? I don't know. Anyway, oh, must be the train running by again. Anyhow, make sure you keep up with all of our antics every way you can, including all the social medias like Facebook, which you can join by clicking on the link down below. Also, stay tuned for OTR The Extra Mile, which is our weekly exclusive content for Patreon supporters, and you can get there by clicking on the link in the description down below too. Not sure what I'm talking about today. I think I'll just keep on talking and see what happens from there. Also, guys, make sure you check me out on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Brandon Reich SAS. When you do, make sure you use the handy hashtag Snack Society all day, every day. That way you know what we're eating, we know what you're eating too. So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell to be notified. Make sure you're ready to go the extra mile with me the BRE. And in the meantime, in between time, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.